All right, girl. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. Just trying to catch some good light. It's the 4th of July. Don't necessarily know if I'm in a space celebrating it, to be honest. The thing I celebrate is when my family's able to come together, regardless of the day. I have good memories attached to it, you know? Things to think about, but also know the realities of the truth of this world and what it is that we've built and what it is that we've done as white-bodied people in this country. So, taking it with a grain of salt and seeing all of the truths that are within it. Went on the river yesterday with my sister. That was celebratory and felt really good. And yeah, so glad to be here with you today. So with that said, ground down through the sit bones. Move, actually let's start on our backs today. Coming down onto the back. Tricked ya. Go ahead and take the arms nice and wide. Take up some space, so take the legs wide on the mat. Breathe into the upper part of the chest and then exhale. To the chin down towards the chest and lengthen through the spine. Big inhale. And exhale. 3 more big breaths here. Big inhale. And exhale. 2 more, big inhale. And exhale. Come all the way to the end of the breath. Last one, big inhale. Fill up into the base of the throat. Expand through the belly. Maybe take another sip in. And then exhale. Low belly pulls down towards the spine. Come into some relaxation and some stillness. Giving gratitude for the indigenous peoples of this land. Finding ways to show reparation when we leave our mats, whether it be working into private business models, advocating for it within policy, or giving just as individuals. And understanding that it's not a gift when you're giving something back. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. We give gratitude for this practice. As it is one of peace, regardless of Harley Davidson's outside. Understanding, although I bet that there's a lot of people that find peace riding bikes like Harley, so we'll give them that as well. Taking a little bit of time to give gratitude for this practice of peace. The original creators of the practice, Black and brown people. From Africa, India, and Southeast Asia, folks who have sustained the practice, who have kept it centered in soul and spirit. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. And for our bodies and for ourselves, showing up on our mats, working some things out, working on our strength and our flexibility, understanding that it's not always easy and that circumstances always change as our body's different every day. So we give ourselves the grace. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Bring some movement back into your body. Figure out what wants to move first. Maybe it's the toes. Maybe it's the fingers simultaneously. Maybe it's both the ankles and wrists. Pointing and flexing. Maybe rolling. Big big toes down to the mat, using the heel as that space to kind of slowly open up. Being mindful of the knees, but rolling just back and forth, side to side on the back of the heel. And then go ahead and take a couple movements through the wrists. Maybe pop up through the chest a little bit more so you can roll your shoulder blades down and under your back. Keep the chest high. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Big inhale. Exhale, take the soles of the feet together at the base of the mat. Keep yourself nice and wide here. Maybe lengthen through the low back by pulling yourself up and letting yourself open in the outsides of the hips, the inner part of the groin. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, pull the knees together and then let them move back apart. So feet rock all the way in, feet rock apart. We go for 8, 7, 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Pull the knees up into the chest. Arms come around the front part of the shins. Grab for your opposite elbows and let the head slowly move back down towards the mat. Pull down through the low back. Hug the knees into the chest. Nice deep inhale. Rock back and forth, side to side, and let the earth hold and carry your weight. And as you move through midline, you're engaging your low belly and letting your abdomen be the piece that moves you. Squeezing the arms tends to help a little bit, but try not to move from the shoulder space. Move from the belly. One more time on each side. Slowly coming down, pulling yourself back to center. Go ahead and flex the toes. Grab onto the big toes with the 2 peace fingers and take the soles of the feet up to the sky. Nice deep inhale. Flex the toes down towards the face and engage your quads. Nice deep inhale here. Low belly pulls up and in. Maybe pull down through the knees a little bit. Maybe turn the feet into what would be in ballet. I'm trying to think. I want to say it's stance 1, but that's wrong. Nice deep inhale. Totally just blanked on my ballet days. So coming into happy baby and doing the same thing. So keeping the legs apart, but pulling the knees down towards the armpits and pulling in through the low belly and rocking yourself back and forth, side to side. We go for 3. Pull in on the low belly for 2 and 1. Bring yourself back to center line. Flex the feet up again. Pull down through the low belly. And press through the soles and the heels of the feet. Try to turn the feet so they're parallel to the ceiling. Hold here, hands can release, and then we're gonna slowly lower down through that left leg, hover, and left leg comes back to center. Right leg comes down, we hover, leg comes back to center. We go for 8, 7, slow movements for 6, the foot is flexed for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Big inhale. Point the toes, same thing. We lower and lift. So like we're swimming. For 8, 7, 6, 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice deep inhale. Hover the legs and flutter kick. We go for 8, 7. Try to keep the low back on the mat, so pull down for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Pull the knees into the chest. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. Soles of the feet come high again. Nice deep inhale. Bring the soles of the feet together and you're going to lower and lift. We go for 8. Press the soles of the feet and still pull down through the low belly for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Soles of the feet come back high. Nice deep inhale. Legs open to the sides. Nice deep inhale. Hang out here. And then pull using the inside of the quads. So we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Big inhale. Take the soles of the feet down to the mat. Hands come back behind the head. This is mainly going to be abs today, girl, and some glutes. I'm like, where are we at on time? Oh, we got plenty of time. Hands come back behind the head. Elbows are nice and wide. And then we pulse up here for 8, 7, 6, 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big inhale. Exhale, bring the knees into the chest, or elbows and knees to touch. Chin tucks in towards the chest, and then extend out. Hands pull back as knees come into the chest. So hands pull beyond the hips. Inhale, we reach, exhale. So on the inhale, flex the feet and press the wall away. On the exhale, point the toes and come in. We go for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Soles of the feet come down to the mat. Pulse yourself up for 8, 7, 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Big inhale, roll yourself back and forth, side to side. Bring your shoulder blades underneath you, and you're gonna lift to the balls of the feet, dropping down through the heels. Maybe crawl your feet out just a little bit. So very edges of the fingertips touching the heels. Lifting and lowering. We go for 8, 7, 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Big inhale. Hold here. Legs move apart. Legs come together. You're on the balls of the feet for 8, 7, 6, 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Knees come together to touch, squeeze here, and then let the knees come in alignment with the ankles and drop down through the heels. We lift and lower. So straight pulses up. We go for 8, 7, 6, 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Big inhale. Exhale, roll down your spine and then tilt the pelvis and then tuck the pelvis and roll up. Chin comes to the chest. Lower down, tilt the pelvis, roll the pelvis, hold, and turn. It's like you're turning your tailbone up and in. Rolling down, coming back. We go for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Big inhale. Take the hands and see if you can position them underneath the glutes, right? So they're right on your low back and sacrum. Fingers are on the outsides of your hips, right? I was gonna say something, but I'm not going to. Take that right leg up to the sky. Nice deep inhale. Lower and lift. Keep your head on straight. We go for 8, 7. The lift is just coming from the leg, right? You don't need to utilize any part of your back on it. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big inhale. Take that foot down to the mat. Same thing, opposite side. Leg rises. We lower and lift for 8, 7, 6. Hips are in a nice straight line for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Foot comes down. Inhale up. Exhale, roll all the way down. Check in with the neck. Legs come up to the sky. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, lower the legs down towards the mat. Lift and pull your low belly. Try not to use your hands on this one. Hands can be down at your sides, or you can keep your chest broad by keeping your hands out at a 90-degree angle and your palms face up. We come down and lift for 8, 7, 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Okay, bend in the knees, grab onto the back sides of the legs, rock yourself up into a boat pose. Hold here, nice deep inhale. Pull up through the chest, pull in on the low belly, point the toes, big inhale. And then exhale, cross the ankles, come down next to you, and see if you can press next to the hips and push yourself back, right? So trying to get these lifts here, not my favorite thing, but I told myself that I would get into like these pressing handstands this year. So we practice. Come over the knees. Hands come underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Pull yourself into cow. Exhale, press into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, back into table. Take that right leg, flex the foot, and pulse the foot up to the sky. We go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big inhale. Ground down through the shin of the left foot and the palm of the right hand, and then swing that left hand back around. See if you can grab onto the inside of the foot. Kick up. Big inhale. Try to keep your hips parallel. Point your toes. Release. Hands come down to the mat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Again, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, back into table. Left foot up to the sky. Hips are parallel and in a straight line first to start. And then we pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big inhale. And then exhale, ground down through the shin of the right foot, the palm of the left hand. Hand comes around to grab onto the inside of the foot. Kick into the hand, point the toes, drop down through the hips. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, release. Hand and knee come down to mat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then inhale, back into table. Take your knees wide. Come into your child's pose. Curl your fingers out in front of you. Forehead comes down to the mat. Rest and relax here. Big inhale. Exhale, hold. 2 more, big inhale. And exhale. Walk your hands off to the right hand side. Left hand comes on top of your right hand. Pull back through the hip. Head hangs in between the biceps. Big inhale. Breathe into your left side body. Exhale. Pull back through that left hip. Again, big inhale. Exhale. Slowly walk the hands back through center line. Same thing on that opposite side. Right hand comes on top of the left hand. Pull back through your left hip. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Big inhale. Exhale. Walk the hands back to center line. Crawl out with the fingertips. Engage your low belly. Press down through the tops of the feet. And slowly walk the hands back towards the knees. Pull your knees together to touch. Inhale up. Exhale, flip, and press the palms down. And then inhale, arms come high. Take that left hand to the right knee. Right hand comes back behind you. Brace yourself here. You can press down through the big toe mounds or through the big toes and look back. You can also take this hand and bring it around to grab onto the inside of your left hip. I'm not mirroring you. Exhale, slowly come through center line. Same thing on that opposite side. Hand to knee, opposite hand swings back behind. You can tent the fingers here and turn and look out past the shoulder. Or you can take it all the way around. See if you can grab onto that hip, opening up through that left shoulder just a little bit more. Big inhale. Turn and look past your left shoulder. And then slowly come back to center. Go ahead and rock down onto your seat. Take your arms or scoot your seat towards your heels. Come back down onto your back. We're gonna come into a little bit of counted breath just to end class today. So nice deep inhale. We breathe in for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold at the top for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then you exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then again, inhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold at the top for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last round. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then exhale, hold at the top for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming into your breath. Recognizing the greatness in others, recognizing our own greatness. We cannot recognize greatness in others unless we too possess that same quality in ourselves. A person who is said to possess greatness stands apart from others in some way, usually by the size or originality of their vision and their ability to manifest that vision. And yet, those who recognize that greatness, whether they display it in themselves or not, always have greatness within them. Otherwise, they could not see it in another. In many ways, the achievements of one person always belong to many people, for we accomplish nothing alone in this world. People who display greatness rely upon others who are able to see as they do, to listen, encourage, and support. Without those people who recognize greatness and move in to support it, even the greatest ideas, works of art, and political movements would remain unborn. We are all moved by greatness when we see it, and although the experience is to some degree subjective, we know the feeling of it. When we encounter it as if something in us stirs, awakens, and comes forth to meet what was inside us all along. When we respond to someone else's greatness, we feed our own. We may feel called to dedicate ourselves to their vision, or we may be inspired to follow a path we forge ourselves. Either way, we cannot lose when we recognize that the greatness we see in others belongs also to us. Our recognition of this is a call to action that, if heeded, will inspire others to see in us the greatness they also possess. This creates a chain reaction of greatness, unfolding itself endlessly into the future. Ultimately, greatness is simply the best of what humanity has to offer. Greatness does what has not been done before and inspires the same courage that it requires. When we see it in others, we know it. And that when we trust its presence in ourselves, we embody it. It is not noted who this is by. However, it might be written by David Vendetti, but it is out of their South Boston 200-hour teaching yoga training manual. So, Miss Jane, always you are encouraged, folks, to stay here in Shavasana with yourself for 5 to 10 minutes in breath. Just taking the time to recognize your own greatness. A lot of the perils that we see in this life is because people don't recognize the greatness in themselves. And that's problematic because we begin to take things from others when we do so. The divine light, the divine feminine, and the divine masculine in me sees, honors, and reflects the divine light, the divine feminine, and the divine masculine in a collective we, in all of us. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me and for trusting me with your bodies, hearts, spirits, and souls. And to that I say, go in peace and serve love in your greatness always. Thanks so much, everyone.